I just want to make a statement before we start that. Over the weekend, due to comments posted over the weekend on the Ackworth Bugle, which defamed and allegedly called all the parish council incompetent and possibly corrupt, which presumably that's accusing all the parish council of incompetence, and it named the clerk. And as the parish councillors, we all have a duty as employers of the clerk and the team to protect them. And we seek, because of the comments, we'll be seeking legal advice from our solicitors as to how to pursue this. So as a consequence of that, I will not be taking contributions or questions from anyone associated with that public forum, the Ackworth Bugle, anybody who is the administrator or any of the commentators who make comments, derogatory comments on that, because it will be part of the legal action that we possibly might be able to take. But if any other members of the public want to ask any questions or make any contributions, feel free.
I have something that I'd like to bring forward, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Chris and myself are Green Lane residents, and Chris has asked me to bring something to the meeting today. As you're all aware of the issue that we have on Green Lane with all the traffic that is using Green Lane, it's worsened over the weekend. It became ridiculous. The road across Turnberry Avenue was actually had road closure on due to the roadworks. And over the weekend, we had so much traffic down the lane, it's just been ridiculous. So last night, when I walked the dog, I realised actually the road wasn't closed on Turnberry Avenue, but all the signage was in place to say that the road was closed. So there were 2 road signs on one side and one on the other. The road closure sign on the right hand side of where I'm looking at Turnberry Avenue was actually placed at the top of Green Lane. So when traffic came along Turnberry Avenue, it had no alternative really but to be encouraged to come down Green Lane. I went to see the site supervisor this morning, and he apologised and said that they'd make sure that all signage was turned down after the roadworks today, but he said that the roadworks were due for completion on Thursday. I asked him why he'd put that road sign at the top of Green Lane, and he said because the local authority had said that they were not allowed to divert any traffic along any of the side roads from Turnberry Avenue, so Seals Drive, etc. So therefore they've taken the option of sending people down a public footpath instead. Since the last meeting, we found that the police have no jurisdiction to turn traffic away from Green Lane, which is a bit of a disappointment. I've been in touch with the Highways Councillor to see if we could get some help from there, and they said it's down to the district councillors to have a look at that issue. There are already 3 access roads onto the estate, and Chris's contribution is that he'd like to see Turnberry Avenue amended into a two cul-de-sac layout, as it's the only engineering solution that will prevent traffic coming down onto Green Lane. I know that you've written to the local authority and to Strata, and I just hope that there's a meeting between Strata district councillors and the residents before the alterations go ahead, which I assume is going to be imminent now because the roadworks have been completed, so the road surface must be due to go ahead.
Thank you for that. We as you said, we've petitioned our district council about improved signage and about that. And I know Peter, you brought it up on.
I fixed it up because mainly it's the delivery drivers, such as your Morrison's delivering to the residents on Strata.
Yeah.
Now these delivery drivers are on a timescale. You know, there is a planned route. Their depots do plan routes, but they see Green Lane as a quick alternative to make up valuable minutes. And the trouble we've got at the moment is the more we maintain the lane, the faster they come down. And at the end of the day, it's a public footpath. Children go to school one morning. You can't stop them. Like the policeman said at the PAC meeting, that even with signage, he says, there's no legal recourse for them to take.
Yeah. I think when the estate were built, it was made very clear that Green Lane was not an access.
Yes, it was. It was never to be used as access for. I think the way they got round that is they said they wouldn't use it for construction vehicles. Now, since all construction's finished, they just started just ignore everything.
Are you saying that strata vehicles use?
No, they don't use it now.
We have in the past thing, but not
Yeah, we've stopped them in the past.
Yeah.
It's a massive issue. I appreciate it. I mean, it must be frustrating if you live up there to
Residents
see
are very
and
pleasant.
dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are very pleasant. They've now started waving hello as they drive past.
Yeah, as other people are dashing out at way on footpath.
Yeah. I mean, traffic's a massive problem in that because,
Yeah.
obviously most of it.
It's the size of them now. There's HGVs using the lane.
Yeah.
And as you know, the lanes, it's very narrow. It's a footpath.
I mean, would you like us to, as a parish council, what we can do is petition the district councillors and highways to, because it's their responsibility.
Yeah.
Would you like the parish council to send a letter?
It would be helpful.
I mean, we don't know what's in the letter that obviously the parish council sent to Strata and to the district council anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just with the road surfacing now being imminent, if there's any signage to go up or there's anything else to be done, there needs to be conversation about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, could I suggest that you email or write to the clerk, our clerk, who's Gemma Nolan, and just explain what exactly what the situation is, and we can pass that on to district level. If that's okay. I'm sorry, there's nothing else we can do.
I know, I can appreciate the difficulties, but as the guy that I spoke to today said, it looked really nice when we've narrowed the road and we put the block paving on, and I said that's great, but what's to stop vehicles driving down and coming out? And he said,
once it becomes a rat run, that's...
Yeah.
Well, it has become
and that's the thing this weekend. Like I say, there's so many people that are using it, they're now starting to wave. And it's very pleasant to say hello, but...
If you're walking, not from the car.
Yeah. It's dangerous because as someone comes on, people will be wanting to walk more over.
Yeah, as we come into the dark nights again, there's no pavements, it's no made path, there's no street lighting, and it is pitch dark. You have to use a torch to walk it. And all it takes is a delivery vehicle to make a mistake.
It's not an adopted road, it's not a private road. It is a private road, It's
it is,
adopted road, so, Okay, thanks for that.
Can I just pick up on, in relation to that, the other thing that Chris said at the PACT meeting about if we're doing any communication about Dragon Forest Community Centre, that we point out on it that Green Lane is not an access road.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
Make sure that
We can do that, Anybody else?
Regarding Ackworth Park, I'd like to know why somebody's put a bath to a plug on the gate to compensate for the rubber bush on the gate, the rubber buffer. It costs £2 odd, and they put this up. But what I'd like to ask as well, if any children get hurt and it's not compliant, does the insurance stand? That's what's on the gate. It's a rubber plug, a bath plug, 1.5 inch, and it should be a proper buffer.
Can you send that information into the office?
I'll give pictures on park down there.
Okay.
And just one more question, please, if I can. I'll just have to refer back to notes. We had £90,865 from Popular Farm for open space money. Can anybody tell me where this open space is?
I don't understand the question.
You know, Popular Farm development. There was 90,800. What was just said? Just said £865 For open space in Ackworth, can anybody tell me where this open space is, please?
When is that dated? When is
It's 2000 and... I think it's about 2007.
Right, well,
But this parish council should know what open space we've got from Wakefield, shouldn't they? Because there's some councils been here a lot longer than that. I don't mean the new parish council.
well I certainly can't tell you where the open space is from 2007. So.
That was the first development popular farm, but it's a like I said, £90,865.58 to be spent on open
Probably
space
need
in
a bit more
Ackworth.
detail and a bit more, you know, if it's a question.
Well, you've got to do like I did, because all it gives is on the planning document about open space. So if you look popular farm up, it'll give you on the planning
But
document.
if you go away and find out a little bit more about it, a little bit more detail, then you can maybe ask a question that you can understand.
Well, there were £90,000 basically. I don't know why you can't understand it. For popular space in Ackworth, where's it being spent?
There you go, like I said, I can't answer that, so I don't know. Okay, has anybody else got a question? In that case, I'll open the meeting. Thank you very much for your contributions. Right, first of all, we've got a reminder by the Chair of the Council's expectations for the audio or visual recording of this meeting. The Parish Council meeting may be recorded under the Openness of Local Government Regulation of 2014. Devices are to be placed on the table provided throughout the meeting. Okay, the agenda. The first item is to elect a chair for the forthcoming year 2024-25. Have we got any nominations for chair?
I'll nominate Martin Roberts.
Martin Roberts, and second for Martin Roberts. That's Amanda. Any other nomination? Okay. Well, Martin's not here, but I know he's agreed to stand. So can we have a show of hands on Martin Roberts, please? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Martin Roberts. Against? None against. Well, it says the chair to sign the declaration of acceptance of this fund. We'll have to do that.
So, in his absence, Chair, we just need to, as a council, confirm that it is on the 10th of June in the next council meeting.
Okay.
And we need a vote on that.
Oh, so we need a vote on that. So, obviously he's not here, so he has to sign a declaration of acceptance form, and that won't be able to sign that until the next meeting in June. So I propose then that that's a proposal that he signs it on the next meeting. Can I have a second for that? Because we have to have a vote on it. Can we have a vote on that? He signs it the next
Can I
meeting.
ask a question, please? Can we continue with the meeting if we haven't got a chair that has actually signed the document? Because the YLCA legal Law and Governance Monthly from April did say about that the person appointed to the office of chair will need to complete a declaration of acceptance of that office. So if we haven't actually got that signed, can we have a chair? And if we don't have a chair, can we continue the meeting?
Yes, we can. I checked that today, and that's the reason that we are proposing that it's signed on the 10th of June, because that's the lawful way to handle that piece of business in the absence of the elected chair.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next item, we need a vote. We need a vote on that proposal and second. We need a vote on that. It will sign it on the 10th of January. All those in favour? And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Against? None against. Thank you. To elect a vice chair for the council for the year 2024-25. Any nominations? Anybody else?
I'll nominate Andy.
Right, okay. Second for Andy. Stephen. Okay, so we've got 2 nominations. Anybody else? Can I vote for myself? Yes.
Yeah, you've just got to go to votes now, yeah. So votes for you first, then votes for Andy.
So vote for John Bell to be vice chair for the following next year. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So votes for Andy. That's 3. So Andy's chair, vice chair for next year. Thank you very much. Apologies. To receive apologies for absence given in advance of the meeting. We've got apologies with
It's just Martin.
just Martin. Martin Roberts. And consider the approval of reasons given for absence. Okay. Everybody can agree on that? Yeah. Declaration of interest and dispensations. To receive any declarations of interest not already declared under the Council's Code of Conduct or a member's register of disclosure of pecuniary interests on items on the agenda. To receive, consider and decide any written applications for dispensations for disclosable pecuniary interests. Have we had any? Grant any, we're going to grant any requests appropriate. Sorry, Stephen.
Someone we can get to know for heritage.
Is that sorry, got my agenda item?
Well, not full time.
That's not the Okay, item 6. General items for annual review. Excuse me. To confirm 6.1 is to confirm the dates, time and place of ordinary meetings of the full council and of standing committees agreed by council at a previous meeting, and we've all received the dates. Okay, like to...
Chair, could I ask a request of council? These have already been approved, these are to note for the annual meeting, but we have noticed that one of the dates on the village events, the 3rd of November date, it's actually a little bit too late in the calendar for some of the event planning, so we would like to pull that a bit earlier to the 22nd of October, if there's no issues with that from council.
Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. We don't need to vote on that, do we?
No, it's
So, what was that date, do you know?
the 22nd of October. I will reissue this out.
Has anybody got any other comments on the dates? Okay. So we need 6.2 to approve the chair's discretionary allowance of £750 in the budget for the forthcoming year. So we have to approve it after the vote on it. Yeah.
Yes,
Do we
please.
have a proposal for that? That's Sarah Balfour and Amanda Cook. Can I have those? Show of all those in favour, please. That's a full house. 6.3 to review the council and or the staff subscriptions to other bodies, which is 6.3 in your packs. For the public, I'll read them out. The YLCA, the Yorkshire Local Councils Association, is £1,105. Institute of Cemetery and Crematorium Management is £100. National Allotment Society, £66. Information Commissioner's Office, £35. Yorkshire and Humber Employers Association is £212.34. And Society of Local Council Clerks is £298. So that's just to review that. Has anybody got any questions or comments on that? Okay, thank you. So 6.4 to review inventory of land and assets, including buildings and office equipment, which is item 6.4 in your packs.
So I'd just like to let council aware that this coming financial year we will need to do evaluation of all buildings, as it's been several years since we've last done evaluations, and that's what those figures are based on. So that's something that we will be completing in this coming year.
Could I just ask about office equipment? And the other things, any type of equipment, when it wears out, presumably the cost is knocked off the total, the original cost.
It should be, yes.
Yes.
Obviously, being in post for 1 year, we haven't had any item that's been disposed of, so I haven't knocked anything off from last year. I've only added on what's new.
Yeah.
But as part of this coming year's review, I am going to look to itemise the asset register, so it is a lot clearer to understand.
Thank you. Any more questions on that?
Yes, is the street furniture just lighting, or do we have other street furniture that we want?
It includes benches at the playgrounds, things like that. Again, why an itemised asset register would be a lot easier.
Okay, are we all okay with that now? Yeah, thank you very much. So, item 7 on the agenda, policies for annual review. 7 we want to review and adopt the Parish Council standing orders. Sorry.
I've got a question. The CCLA property investment fund interest, does that just get transferred to general reserves?
I don't
At the bottom of the page,